Hi, COUFAM. Hi, COUFAM. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Courage-Atayero, and I vlog from Lagos, Nigeria. I vlog about faith, lifestyle, the boy child, and basically everything that helps you become a better version of yourself. Wait, yes. Your girl has gone bald again. I think I kind of like enjoy cutting my hair every once in a while. But recently, why I cut it was because there was so much going on and just wanted a fresh start. Plus, I want to start making my hair again, and so I needed everything to be on the same level. But in addition to that as well, yesterday made it 9 months since my dad transitioned. So yeah, all of that coupled together. But this video is about life so far, lessons learned, and just basically sharing my journey with you guys, right? But before I start, have you gotten your copy of Oh My God, I'm Single? If you'd like to get a copy of Oh My God, I'm Single, click the link in the description box below, or you could go to Amazon or Seller and just look up OMG, I Am Single. You can see it, you're gonna see it there. Order your copy and do not forget to read and send me reviews. Thank you. So yeah, back to the video. So the first lesson I've learned so far will be that God's purpose for your life is the cardinal point. So it's the beginning of everything you will do, right? What I mean by this is, no matter what it is you've achieved, no matter what life throws at you, no matter the hurdles. So for context, I've been in a very bad headspace mentally, and it's just been a very down time for me. So I've not really been in the best of space mentally. One of the reasons also why I cut my hair, just to start over and just, you know, what are you looking at me? Just to start over, I'm in church one of these days. Our pastor was talking about, during midweek service, our pastor was talking about how, you know, there's greater works, there are things for us to do at the end of 2025. What's that thing that we can say that God gave us to handle and we did it? And like, what's that thing that we will be able to show for, to say that, okay, this was part of my assignment, and this is what I delivered on? And it got me thinking, and I was like, I cannot afford to stay in this place for too long, right? Because there's kingdom to be gained, there's territory to be gained, there's work to be done, there are lives to be transformed, there are lives to be changed, there are people that need what we have to offer, and we cannot afford to just stay and wallow in this place of, you know, of sadness, of darkness, of despair, of depression, of pain and hurt. Yeah, life will throw things at you, but God's purposes for your life is the cardinal point. It's like the focal point. There are things to be done. Okay, yes, you've gone through it. How can God use it, you know, to bless the lives of other people? Which is why I believe very much in sharing, and which is why I'm doing this video, because there are people whose lives have shaped my life in different ways, especially when I was in a bad place 10 years ago, which is one of the reasons I also started the YouTube channel and all of that. But like, God's purposes for your life is the starting point, right? So the second thing I've learned would be, forget all past successes. Let every day be your day one. And I say this because it's very easy to accomplish things, stay in your high horse and feel like, okay, I've accomplished things, I'm good. But the essence of life is to keep growing. The Bible says that the path of the righteous is like a shining light that shines brighter and brighter until the perfect day. There are other translations that says it will keep shining brighter or something. I'm going to share the scripture here. If after one major success, you sit down and cross your legs, you're going to grow still, right? So forget all past successes. Yes, you have done great things in the past year or 2 years ago, but keep it moving. There is so much more to do. You haven't even reached your full potential. There's a quote I saw the other day when I was reading my current read, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell, and he said something in the lines of, what do you need tomorrow for if you're not going to make use of tomorrow? Or no, I think it's something else. Let me look for it. But it says, if you won't be better tomorrow than you were today, then what do you need tomorrow for? And it's a quote by Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, right? Another quote says, the difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing will suffice to solve most of the world's problems. So you cannot just sit down on previous achievements and just, keep loafing or keep, just hanging around because, you've achieved a major success, so you're cool. No, there is so much ground to cover. The world is still in chaos. There is so much transformation and so much change that our world needs. And so forget every past success. Yeah, you've written a book, great, congratulations. What's next? How can you change the world? How can you solve the problems in society? How better can you, improve and grow? There is always so much territory to cover. And this is something that I have learned, because it's very easy. I mean, the past 2 years of my life have been amazing. Not amazing in terms of life not lifing, but it's been amazing in terms of the things I've been able to achieve, right? 2023 was daunting year of my life. My thesis was after my neck like this. My life, I was trying to survive, just catch my breath, but I did it. It was hard, it was difficult. I thought I would not graduate. I'm still going to do another video, by the way, because there is a lot of tea from my master's year that I haven't really shared or talked about, and I'm going to do this different video specifically for that, lessons that I learned from doing my master's. So beyond just the education thing of it, there was also the life skills that I learned, but that's another video. But yeah, did my master's 2023. 2024 came, finished writing my book, published it, launched it, did the physical launch, did the virtual launch. I still even did a conference in November. Oh my god, I'm single conference, and that was when I was still grieving. And in the last 2 years, it felt like I've done so much. But then if you start thinking that, okay, I've done a lot, and so this is my height, or this is the height of what I can do, then you begin to go down the slope. You should never get to the point where you feel like you've achieved so much that you hang your boots. The day you hang your boots is the day you die. So do not stop growing. Do not stop doing great things, because there's so much more to do. You haven't even come close to half of your potential. Like, you have not even manifested, or you've not even surpassed half of the things you're capable of doing. So do not have your boots at the little achievements you've done. I'm not minimizing the things I've done, I'm minimizing the things you've done, but just remember that every day is an opportunity to make your life count for something meaningful. And to wrap up this life lesson that I've learned, there is a quote that I heard from All Americans, a series that I'm currently watching, and the man said that success is not owned, it is rented, and every day you have to pay the price for the rent of success. So basically, every day, like, success is not a one-time stamp thing, right? Or you've achieved such a great success, so it ends there. No, it is rented. So the fact that you achieve great success tomorrow you could go back to being a loafer or being nothing. So it's not also fear of poverty, but also like just ensuring that you become the best version of yourself every day. Basically, that's just what it is. So forget all great successes. Yes, you've done that, forget it. What can you achieve today? What will you achieve tomorrow? Always have something to look forward to. That's the essence of life. So the third thing I've learned is to stay curious and keep improving, which is similar to the second point, but stay curious. Sometimes we feel like we know too much or we know a lot. No, stay curious. There is still so much more you do not know. There's still so much about life you do not know. There are still topics that if they start conversation about, you are going to be like confused, right? Stay curious, keep learning. Still from the book I'm reading at the moment, Jose Maxwell mentioned, he said, learn something new every day. Every day should be a learning ground. So there's something profound I read still from the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And he said you have to be on the lookout for new opportunities or new things to learn each day. So during the different parts of your day, you have to be intentional about learning something new. Do not feel like, okay, I know it all, I'm good. No, you have to learn every day. So keep a curious mind, keep learning, keep improving. The fourth thing that I've learned so far is to reevaluate your priorities daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly, right? So at the beginning of last year, there were some things that were quite core for me, which are still core for me. But in terms of priorities, some things have changed because life is not what it used to be as of last year. Now things have changed. I have gotten more responsibilities, and more responsibilities are coming my way. So it's very important for us to sit and reevaluate our lives on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis. Yeah, that might sound like a lot of work, but one thing I've gotten to learn is that if you are not intentional about your life, you just find out that you are just going through the motions, like day in, day out. Before you realize it, the month is over. Look at now, Q1 is over, we're in Q2. And if you're not intentional, I'm not even going to lie, Q1 for me wasn't spectacular. I had a great January, right? January was great. It was beautiful. In fact, I ended January on a high. But come into February, come into March, they weren't really great months for me in terms of like productivity wise, because I spent more than half of March I was depressed, and I didn't even know that I was depressed. Throughout February, I wasn't in a great space mentally. I felt ill, grief, emotions, everything was just happening. Like life did not just feel great for me. And I also did not really evaluate my month. So one of the things I'm learning is to be intentional about evaluating my life and auditing it every day. So at the end of each day, one question I'm asking myself is, okay, what did I learn at the end of today? What was the major takeout for me today? What was the most productive use of my time today? What new thing did I learn, or how did I grow today? How did I improve myself today? Or how was I even useful to my society, to my family? How was I productive, right? At the end of the week, look at your week and evaluate it. So what is one thing that I learned to do better this week? How was I better in terms of like character, spiritually? What do I need to improve going into the next week? At the end of the month, did I hit my goals for the month? What was my result what was my goal at the starting of the month? What is the result at the end of the month? What do I need to improve? Because if you do not do that, you just realize that life just keeps going like that, and there is no progress made. There's nothing challenging. You're just going through the motions. You're not growing, and the essence of life is to keep growing, because if you stop growing, you remain still, you lose value, and you're not adding value to anybody, not even yourself. So always evaluate, reevaluate your priorities. In the next 6 months, things might change, because that's just life. So reevaluate your life at the end of the quarter, or at the end of the first 6 months. Sit down and ask yourself, okay, what worked the first 6 months? What did it work? How can I make sure that it works in the next 6 months? What am I supposed to do to improve or be better? That is the only way you can grow, and that is the only way you can make your life continue to count for something, right? Another thing that I've learned, I wrote that every great success in the present will become past successes. But the good thing is this: it will always be a reference point to show you how unstoppable you are. So that's the thing about successes. When I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I talked about how you should forget past successes and all of that. Yes, that may be true on one hand, but on the other hand, it's important to realize, okay, every major success or any major thing that you ever do is great in the moment. But in the next 2 years, it will be something that you did in the past, right? But the good thing about present successes that become past successes is this: it is a track record to show you how unstoppable you are. When you remember, when you're faced with a new daunting challenge or a difficult thing that you do not really know how to go about, or something that you want to do, maybe something more difficult that you want to do but you are scared that you do not think you can do it. The beautiful thing about past successes is that you remember that, oh no, I was faced with this challenge before and somehow I found a way to make it work. Like every time I remember that I actually wrote a book. So this might not really feel like past success because I can always sell it, I always make money. So it's still like current success, but I'm not dwelling on it. But like when I remember that I wrote a book, and I remember how the process through which I wrote the book, and every time I see it in my hand, it reminds me that, girl, there's nothing you cannot do. There is nothing you cannot achieve. You only have to put your mind to doing it. And when I remember all the things that I thought that I couldn't do, that I ended up doing, I remember that I'm unstoppable, and so are you. So every present success will become past successes, but they are track records that you should always go back to remind yourself that you are unstoppable. There is nothing you set your mind to do that you cannot achieve, because we are human beings and we are made of endless possibilities, right? So another thing I've learned so far during my time out and during the time where I took a break of content creation or creating any YouTube videos or anything, I realized that creativity is a minefield. If you stop digging, you are going to stop getting. And creativity is full of resources, just the same way if you want to get diamond. So if you stop mining, you will stop getting, right? So that's the thing with creativity. It's like a force or a source that keeps flowing, and if you stop tapping into it, you stop getting. So the months where I did not create any content, I did not do anything, I realized that I had become very still, and when I wanted to resume content creation, I started having what do they call it, creative blocks and all the likes. But again, still from the book I'm currently reading, there was a man that talked about how creativity, so this is one of the quotes, nature has everywhere written her protest against idleness. Everything which ceases to struggle, which remains inactive, rapidly deteriorates, including your creativity. It is a struggle towards an ideal, the constant effort to get higher and further, which develops manhood and character. But there's another quote in particular that I'm looking for that I haven't quite found. But the quote was basically just talking about how he was talking about dealing with creative blocks, and the person who shared the story was a composer that won many awards, and he said that he has never had creative block in his life. And how did he come about that? He said that every day he ensured that he composed music every day. Like, he ensured that he involved composing of music or composing of songs into his daily activities. So no matter how crappy that song sounded, or no matter how bad it was, he ensured to create every single day. And he said that you do not start by creating because you feel like creating or because you have tons of ideas. He said that the flow of ideas come from starting to create. When you start creating, your emotions eventually catch up with how you like what you feel in the moment, and then there will be a surplus of ideas. So he said that there's nothing like creative block, nothing. I'm just going to add like a screenshot of the post or the picture or something beside the video, and I found that really interesting. I started to apply it in my life, because when I was out of content creation for like 6 months, when I wanted to start creating again, I didn't really have ideas as to what I wanted to create. But I realized that once I started creating again, I started deriving joy from creating. And so I realized that creativity is a minefield. If you stop digging, you will stop getting, and if you stop getting, you become stale and you start deteriorating. And so whatever other thing it is in your life that you aim to achieve or to reach for, do not stop doing it. Ensure to involve it in your day-to-day activity. There's a quote that says that you have to put in 10,000 hours before you become a professional at something. So how do you get the 10,000 hours? By ensuring that you put those things that you want to be good at in your activities every day. And that is one of the ways you can become a professional, and also that's one of the ways in which you can stay relevant, right? So yeah, those are a few things I've learned so far. One other thing to add, or two other things to add before I wrap up. So 2 things before I wrap up. Everything rises and falls on personal development. If you stop growing, you will stop becoming. Your goal has to be one and the same. Ensure to become a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and to become a better version of yourself tomorrow than you were today. And so you have to make the conscious effort to keep bettering yourself or bettering yourself, to keep becoming better. Because again, life is intentionality. You cannot say that, oh, today was a great day, I was great today, I was at my best today, and then you just assume that tomorrow you're just going to be at your best. No, you have to be intentional about your growth, because I have experienced it, I have lived it. In the last 6 months to 1 year of my life, I realized that once I stopped being intentional about my growth, I hated who I started to become. Because whether you like it or not, whether you're intentional or not, you're actually becoming something. Either you're letting life choose to like form you into who life wants you to be, or you're intentional about, no, this is the person I want to be, and I will ensure to be that person every single day. Do you want to be more disciplined? Be intentional about it. Set targets. be accountable, ensure that you involve it in your schedule every single day. That's the only way. You cannot just fold your arms and just relax, right? And then the last thing I want to end with will be this: there is always greater success. There's always so much to be done, like I've already mentioned. But despite the lofty things you want to achieve, despite the great things you want to achieve, do not let pressure kill you. There's that part that I need to add. Do not let pressure kill you. We know there's so much more to conquer. It's okay, it's okay. You also have to realize that some things take time. Life is seed time and harvest. You cannot start sowing today and you just want to reap tomorrow because, oh, I just want to blow. Now, if you blow, you just explode. But if you are valuable, if you shine your light, if you shine bright, you're going to have more proceeds from that light that is shining. In terms of, you're going to affect more people positively. You're going to impact the society and impact your world. So in as much as I said, yes, forget past successes, there's so much more to conquer, there's so much world to conquer, there's so much to achieve, there's so many successes to happen and all of that, which are great. All those lofty dreams are great, but also do not put yourself under any form of pressure. When I mean pressure, I mean like there's positive pressure and there's negative pressure. Do not put yourself under the pressure to want to make things happen when they are not happening yet. Do not put yourself under the pressure to hit 1 million followers or subscribers, especially in this YouTube journey. It's a long haul, it's a long game, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And so you have to realize that, okay, I'm offering value, and sometimes these things take time. If you want to build a tree, the best time to start building a tree would have been 20 years ago. But another good thing is that the best time to start planting a tree is today, because when you plant the tree today, in the next 20 years, that tree would have grown, right? So yes, there's so much to conquer, there's so much to achieve, there's so many achievements. You haven't even become who you are meant to be fully yet, no matter the grand things you have achieved in life. But also remember not to put yourself under pressure. Take it slowly, take it one day at a time. Breathe in, breathe out. Have time to rest, relax, just unwind, just be free. And let life take its full course. Let opportunities come to you, even though you are going after opportunities. Also let the things that you've worked for yield increase in your life, right? And I just want to wrap up with the final quotes. Yes, I've been lacking a lot of quotes lately because I get them from my book that I read. So the quote says that it's never too late to be what you might have been. I remember the day I read this thing, it hits me so much because I was at the point where I wasn't really creating or doing anything. I was still in a bad space, and then there are these dreams I've always had, and it felt like I'm not there yet. I haven't done as much as I think I should, and that's one thing I'm always putting myself under pressure to. I'm not yet achieving things I said I'm going to achieve. I'm not yet who I'm meant to be. If I were more consistent, especially with YouTube, by now I would have probably had maybe 5,000 subscribers. Blah 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 blah. I've been doing it for 5 years. Just breathe. And like this quote says, it's never too late to be what you might have been. And this quote is by George Eliot. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Yes, you could have been all of those things 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even last year, or even yesterday, but today is another opportunity to give it a try. Tomorrow is another opportunity to give a shot at life. So, what are you waiting for? I hope all of these things made sense to you. I know some of these things you know them, or even all of these things you know them. I know all of these things you know them, but this was a reminder, and these are some of the things I've learned in the last 6-7 months of my life, and I hope me sharing that with you was quite valuable. Please do not forget to get your copy of Oh My God, I'm Single, and do not forget to like this video, do not forget to share, do not forget to subscribe. And please share this video with a friend. They are going to benefit from it. Thank you so much. My name remains Courage-Atayero, JCA, and I blog about faith, lifestyle, the boy child. Remember, you are valid. Your dreams are valid. You are valid, and I'm rooting for you. All my love. See you in the next video. Bye. I hope it was registered. It was saving.
I do.
Oh, I hope it was recording though.
No, we lost like 5
I
minutes.
hope it was recording.
Said we lost like 5 minutes of games.
What do you want me? So I would say the first lesson I've learned post masters, really.
You just put the video. You should be sued for this. You should be honestly sued for this. Now, yours we take from masters, right?
No.
What do you want to say?
Just pause it. So, what was I? So today I'm going to be sharing.
Relax. I
will slap you. Just pause it. Is it recording?
This one active now. Active.
Don't put your mouth inside this video. Shush.
Relax.
Click. Oh yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So click.
We'll do it again.
Stop. You want to spoil my video?
See, when I'm the producer.
It's okay. It's okay.
2, 1.
You should have seen recording.
Yes, 3, 2, 1.
Just stop. Just stop.
I don't need your Relax.
So the first. Okay. So God's purpose for your life will always be the cardinal point. So if I slap you, get mine? No, minus. What minus mine for?
Cool.
You dig now.
Dig.
I mean, like keep digging now.
You dig. No, you mine.